Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom's back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. I am back with my pineapple hairstyle. This is what happens when my hair gets too long, but I'm too lazy to go ahead and cut it. I should really start learning how to cut it myself. No, I shouldn't say that. My hairstylist would be pissed. Never cheat on your hairstylist with another hairstylist, even if it's yourself. But anyway, I am back, and as you can see, today's episode is actually nothing to do with this. Actually, there is actually one thing I want to show you right now, and it's Blosseg! If you don't follow me on my Top Drives Instagram, you may not know this, but if you do follow me on my Top Drives Instagram, you may have already known this. I maxed out Blosseg. Actually, you will know this because I put my final upgrades in my last video. But as you can see, Blosseg is now at 233, and it has 277 top speed, 2.30 to 60, 102 handling, and I think about 97, 98 MRA. So I am very happy with this one. Blosseg looking very nice. Obviously, it is also the color of the egg, which is white. And then I have the other color of the egg in my other egg, which is yellow. But anyway, today I want to explore the all-car feature, because today's episode I'm going to be talking about new potential tags that may come into the game. Now, once again, these are just my personal ideas, but in the past we have seen that my personal ideas have actually become true. Isn't that right? Great exhibition. Anyway, I was looking through all the cars last night, and I was thinking, hey, let's make a video about all the potential new tags that are coming. When I mean potential new tags, I mean all these special tags that we've been seeing like every 2 months. I think it's a bi-monthly thing. So if we go into collections and tags right now, we can always look for around the world, and obviously the current special tag that we have is around the world. It's really sad about these things because they only show up for a little bit and then they go away forever. Well, at least it seems like forever. Like, rest in peace to Silver Screen and Call of the Wild. I loved those tags because, I mean, it's pretty obvious why I loved them, because it added more value to my cars. And, you know, the cars in question are the Vipers and the Challenger Hellcat. So, obviously, I'm kind of sad that they took away the value that they added to the new cars by taking away the tags. But obviously, our special tag right now is indeed around the world, and this is, you know, basically cars named after places. Now, once again, in normal Hutch fashion, they didn't add everything. So like the Chevrolet Colorado didn't make it to the list, even though it's Colorado, which is a state in the US, but I digress. So today's episode, I'm going to be talking about all the special tags that we might see. So with that said, let's get into it. Alright guys, so starting as of the first tag that I want to talk about that I might speculate is called I Got Your 6. Alright, I Got Your 6, as you can see right here, are basically cars where their pictures are only their backs. So that kind of makes sense, right? Because, you know, I got your 6 means I got your back. So here are the super rares. Here are some of the cars that I feel like might be into it, might be included in the tag. And as you can see, there's a nice amount of variety. Usually when I think about these tags, I'm thinking about things that, you know, usually don't take up too many cars, because obviously Hutch likes to make it very specific, very curated. So I got your 6. As you can see here, we got the Chevy HSR, you know, it's medium. We got the Vauxhall Astra, which is also medium. And then we have cars like the Subaru Legacy, which is standard tires, and the Nissan Navara, which is off-road tires. So there you go, a little bit of variety in that, which also means that when they come, when the challenge arrives, they can also add in a variety of tracks, like a little bit of off-road, a little bit of rain, a little bit of city streets, a little bit of dry, that kind of stuff. Moving on to the ultra rares on I Got Your 6, we got some more here. I got 4 cars for each rarity, super rare and above. Next up, we got cars like the Audi S6, the Nissan Skyline R33, which we also saw in, well, not city streets, but silver screen, the Mercedes AMG C55, and the Mini Cooper John Works. Now, these cars are kind of bad. Besides the R33, the other 3 cars here, the S6 and the Mercedes and the Mini Cooper, they're all like really bad. They're not keeper ultras. These are cars that a lot of players would fuse on site, and that is exactly why I think I Got Your 6 will be a tag, because that is what Hutch likes to do. They like tags where they add in cars that nobody really collects. So, you know, when they're finally needed, people will have to open the packs to get the cars. Do you see what I mean? It's a business move. It's a smart one, to be fair. But yeah, these are a lot of useless ultra rares that I feel like not a lot of people might have. So this is another reason why I think I Got Your 6 is a really viable tag coming in the future. But moving on to the epics now. Here we go. We got a couple more. We got the BMW M6 Grand Coupe, which is honestly a car on my wish list. I personally want this car a lot. The Mercedes AMG C63, the Peugeot SR1, and finally the Donkey D8 270. right? So the Donkey is actually going to be a really good card that you can get from this pack, and I really feel like this is something something a lot of people will try and get if this pack ever became a thing. Also, some medium ground clearance cars as we see here. Actually, is that C63 medium? It used to be medium. It might have gotten nerfed because it's Hush. But anyway, moving on to the legendaries now. We got some actually pretty nice legendaries. There's a pretty nice collection here. As you can see, we have the Lamborghini Gallardo LP570-4 Superleggera 2nd generation, the Ariel Atom 4, the Porsche 911 Turbo, and here's one that a lot of people would really love to get, the McLaren 720S GT3. Now, if we move into the all cars section here as well, there are even more cars that might fit this category of I got your 6. We got the Porsche 911 Turbo S, for example. Let's see some other cars. Let's give a scroll. Oh, here you go. Roof Turbo Florio. That's a pretty good one. And obviously, if this tag ever really became a real thing, and of course the Lamborghini Huracan Spider, don't expect every car that has its back turned to actually get the tag, because in normal Hutch fashion they will add a specific amount or a very curated set of cars, so not every single one would fit. Here's another one, McLaren 12C GT3, or is there a, oh, Mercedes AMG SLS GT3. This one's a prize car, so you can't really get that from a pack, but if you own that car you could most likely use it. So there are a lot of options out there, but I think it'll be a pretty interesting one for sure. I got your 6. Anyway, moving on to the second tag, which I think may be a thing, and that is what I like to call simplicity. That's it. The background, I mean not the background, but the tag name is literally simplicity. As you can see right here, it's basically cars with just white backgrounds, absolutely nothing. They might be, you know, the tag might even be called empty space or blank. Or maybe, you know what would be funny? If the tag had no name at all. Like it was just like the circle. Like it was just like the color. So like you know that there's a tag there, but it doesn't have a name. It was just like a dot. I think that would be kind of funny, but these are basically all the cars with white backgrounds. If this tag ever became a thing, I can promise you I will not be winning the prize car unless I spend money, which I am not going to because I'm a free-to-play now. But yeah, these are just bad. These are really bad. As you can see here, we got a Bentley Mulsanne, we got an Alfa Romeo 156, a Doncavort S8, and a Chevrolet Corvette ZR2. The only car I have maxed out here is, of course, that Chevrolet. Now, why am I saying that I'm gonna have a really bad chance at winning the prize car if blank space, empty space, whatever you want to call it, you know, the white background tag becomes a thing? That is because I love, like, the pictures mean a lot to me in terms of whether I keep a car or I don't, right? And I do not like cars with white backgrounds. I think they are ugly. I think it's doing the car injustice. But nevertheless, there are a lot of cars in the game with white backgrounds, which really makes sense if they became a tag one day, like a special tag. Moving on to the ultra rares, we got the 911 Carrera 4, the Nissan Silvia 240 RS, the Mazda RX-7, and the Bentley Mulsanne Grand Convertible. Once again, I don't have 3 of these cars. I only have that Nissan Silvia because it's super niche. Everything else I do not have. But moving on to the epics now, and I'm 0 for 4 for this. I don't have a single one. Obviously, these are just some of the white background cars. Are definitely a lot more. If we go into filter and go into epics, maybe we can see a little bit later. But some of the cars that I have here, we got the TVR Griffith. See, this one kind of like the Doncavort and I Got Your 6. It's kind of like the good car, right? Every tag, there's usually 1 or 2 really good cars. Like Around the World had that epic Evora. Call of the Wild had the Vipers, and obviously that one RQ-75 Corvette. What was it? Silver Screen. Silver Screen didn't really have anything good. Moving on. Here, all the white spaces. We got the TBR Griffith. We got the Bentley Flying Spur, the Porsche 911 Carrera 4, and the Spiker C8. And I have to say some pretty bad ones, but if we look into all cars, we can see that we are saved. We have the Aston Martin CC100 Speedster. That's going to be a good one. The TVR Griffith is going to be a good one. Let's see any other blank spaces, any empty spaces, any simplicity cars. A lot of backgrounds, which is nice, but yeah. Oh, here's another one. Diablo VT Roadster. I don't know if this one's going to count. I feel like this one isn't going to count because the background, although it's nothing, it's not white, is it? It's kind of more of like a greenish almost, or olive, so that might not fit. But this one definitely, yeah, that's straight up white. What other cars might fit? That one I already showed in the pictures. Anything else? There might not be a lot. Besides Bentleys, there are definitely a lot of Bentleys with white backgrounds, but this also, once again, oh well, the Copo Camaro is definitely gonna fit, but the Copo Camaro nobody has, so there's no point in that. Yeah. Oh, here's another one, the Bentley Continental GT. But once again, is that really a white background? It's kind of gray. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. The Diablo was like definitely not white. That one, you know, whitish gray, that's definitely gonna work. But anyway, moving on to the Legendaries with white backgrounds, we got even more here. We got the Bentley Continental Super Sports. We got the Cadillac CTSV Sport Wagon. We got a Lamborghini Gallardo LP570, as well as a Gumpert Apollo N. So once again, you know, it's a tag where I'm not going to be excited about, but it can happen. It has the cars, it has the pool. Hutch can definitely make it happen. I don't want it to happen, but it can happen. And a lot of people are kind of annoyed that every single tag that has come out recently, I have gotten amazing decks for. Like Around the World, Silver Screen, as well as Call of the Wild. I didn't even need to open any of the Elite packs. Even for Around the World, I did not open the Elite packs, and I got through just fine just because I already had the cars. And I know some people are a little annoyed that I'm already like really like, you have to realize I have a really big garage. Like, I should be prepared for a lot of these kind of things, so I'm kind of happy that I am. But the last one, like we've seen I Got Your Six, we've seen Blank Space, we've seen, you know, Blank Space or Simplicity or whatever you want to call it. This one I am a fan of, okay? And this one is called the Dark Side, or Dark Side, okay? The Dark Side tag. These are cars that are literally just black. And they look oh so cool. So for the super rares, we got the Porsche Boxster, we got the Mitsubishi ASX, the Durango GT, and the Alfa Romeo GTV. But it gets better, because if we move on to ultra rare, we're seeing cars like, even like the Z4M Coupe is pretty cool, because you even have a black background. You know what? One of those Lotuses would look really, really good. Let's see if I can go find it. But some of the ultra rares here, the BMW M3, which is a car that not a lot of people get to use, and I love that car, so hopefully there'll be a tag where that will fit one day. The Bentley Mulsanne WO Edition, the BMW Z4M Coupe, as well as the Mercedes AMG S63. They look oh so cool. Moving on to the epics now, we have cars like the Spiker C8. That's something a lot of people would want to try and get. The Mercedes AMG ML63, that's a nice little all-surface car, which means we can have dirt in the challenge. BMW 740D, standard tires, and of course, a car that I've been chasing for almost as long as the wide body, the Mercedes AMG SLS Roadster. There seems to be three epics that I'm really trying to get. That's the wide body, the SLS Roadster, and the Cadillac CT6. However, obviously I want the wide body like 100 times more than the other two, but I just realized that these are three cars I can't seem to get in my garage. Now, one other car that I really want to give a shout out to, which I didn't add, is the Lotus Exige Skura. That is definitely a dark side car. Not only that the car is black, but the background is black too. That is absolutely amazing. But moving on to the Legendaries now, we got even more. As you can see, we can finally use the Bugatti Chiron in something, the Koenigsegg Agera RS, the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1, and of course the Gumpert Apollo Enraged. I mean, they look so cool, especially together. That is a good looking hand, just to have all black cars. Welcome to the dark side. I'm definitely getting Darth Vader vibes. Absolutely loving it. All right, so now we've seen what my potential tags are gonna be. I've shown you three: the dark side, I've got your six, as well as blank. I haven't really settled on a name for blank or open space or I don't know. But some other cars, some other things that we could do is obviously orange, which are literally just cars that are orange. You see the Vauxhall is orange, the Bentley Continental GT is orange. We can also do like happy, like cars that look happy, you know what I mean? Like, oh, look at this one, the Peugeot 407, look at it with a little smile. Or we can even do like angry, because like the Camaros, the ZL1s and the Z28s, they look really angry. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot to do, like a lot of just random little tags that Hutch can release, and that's kind of why I like it. That's why I've liked Call of the Wild and Silver Screen and all that. I just like the creativity, just coming up with all these random tags just to put cars together. I like that, and that's why it's another reason why I'm sad that they take it away after a month or so, and then never to be seen again, because I feel like it'd just be amazing if there were like Silver Screen or Call of the Wild multiplayer events. You know, a lot of people are saying that events are really boring, it's all of the same right now. It's like 90s event like every 2 days or something like that. Like, it would be nice to reintroduce Silver Screen and Call of the Wild and actually play with that, you know, having them as maybe requirements in clubs. I think that would be absolutely amazing. Oh, here's another happy little car, the Lotus Elise Coupe. Any more angry? Oh, that's a happy little one. Look at that little smile. Any angry ones? The M3CS looks pretty angry, but I wouldn't say it's too angry. Let's see, anything else? Challenger Whitebody doesn't look too angry. Oh, that TVR Griffith is definitely a happy boy. Alright, Challenger SRT Hellcat is an angry boy. Kofu Camaro angry. You know what I mean? There's a lot. But anyway, that's the video. Let me know what you think. If you have any ideas what the next tag would be, let me know down in the comments below. I want to hear your ideas. But with that said, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Blossom out.